Good afternoon, one and all. So we are going to start with the microservices workshop. Before starting the workshop, let me introduce myself. Then we will discuss about the agenda, how it is going to be for these 2 days, today and tomorrow, and what are the steps that you can do after this workshop. Like if you want to do some part of it, like all by yourself. And when we are doing the coding, what I'm expecting is I want you guys also do it together with me so that in the end, I want you guys to have a full-fledged application kind of. Let me wait for 4 more minutes and then we will start. Four more people have to join. Let me check. Monica, she's not joining. Hima and Banu. Give me a sec. Okay, நான் போட்டவா அந்த பானு ஒருத்தி இருக்காங்க அவள் விட்டு கூப்பிடு வாட்ஸ்அப்ல ஏன்னா she will be sleeping. Please. Okay. Guys, I hope it is good to start. Thank you. Thanks for joining the workshop. First, let me introduce about myself. I am Sripriya here. I am a corporate trainer for nearly 20 years, doing corporate trainings in Java full stack in different corporates in Bangalore, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Chennai. My expertise is in Java and Java full stack trainings and also JavaScript frameworks. Okay, this is about me. I have done many trainings for both freshers and laterals in different corporates. For the past 15 years, I've been in Bangalore only. So I've been doing both online and offline trainings in corporates in Bangalore, Chennai, and Hyderabad. That's about me. Yeah. Now we are going to start with microservices. The idea here is first to give an introduction to microservices, what exactly it is, how microservices work, what are the advantages, then what are the key components that you need to learn if you want to work in microservices. That then we will start working with an application. So though we will not be seeing all the components, any yeah, though we will not be discussing about all the components, but we will be creating a simple full stack kind of application. That is, we will create a microservice application in the backend and we will have a front end application. In case of a front end application, you all know it can be developed using JSP servlets, the core part of Java. Okay, JSP servlets, or using Spring MVC application, or using any other front end framework. Hello, yes. Uh, please mute your mics. Okay. Guys, if at all you are having any doubts, you can ask your questions in the chat window then and there. Okay. Where I was. We will be creating. So the front end can be a React application or an Angular application or a simple Spring MVC application. So in our case, we are not going to touch the front end using any JavaScript framework, but we will do it using Spring MVC application. Okay. What is the application that we are going to do? So for that only I have kept Amazon open and open. So on the top, if you see, you are having a search button, and below which it has to show the list of products. Whatever products are available, everything it has to show. Whatever website you go, or most of you are working, so you might be knowing, whenever you are seeing any website, on the top they will give some search button, below which they will be listing all the products that are available. Then in the search button, based on the category, it will pick and choose the items and it will give it to you. Suppose say if I'm opening Swiggy, now it is coming as directly restaurant, Swiggy. Now, if I type for something like here, if I type for a particular restaurant or a particular food, then it has to show me the list of restaurants that is serving dosa. So this is all. So what is the meaning of it? The UI that you are seeing can be done and developed using React or Angular. The backend is a microservice application which is developed using Spring Boot. Together with that, it's not only they are using one single technology, they can use any multiple technologies for developing this whole application. Taking this as an inspiration, I am going to do an application where this is my first page. So this is your web application. This is what the user sees. If this can be done using React also. Here I am showing the list of products. From where it is coming? It's not coming from this application. It's making an API call to the backend microservice ecosystem. There are many microservices. They communicate with each other and it is pulling the data from the microservice and it is showing it over here. Okay, let me refresh. So this is the complete part that is coming from there. Now, on the top, just like how we searched for dosa, here I want to search by category. If you want to search by category or price or brand, all that you can just do it. Electronics, search by category. So it has to again make an API call, bring the data, show it in the same page. That's what you are seeing, right? In case of front-end applications, React or Angular, they are famous for single-page applications, SPA. Same thing I'm trying to achieve using a simple Spring MVC application. Okay, what else? When I click on this, for this particular item, it has to show the complete details. As in, I want to see the price, the features, description, just like how you see here. In this, if I want to check the complete details, see more details. It has to show the complete details, right? The features, description, like if I do in Amazon. Yeah, mouse. It has to show the complete details. The price, description, features, offers, all about that particular item. Now, in my case also, now when I click show more, by taking the ID, it has to show the complete details. Okay, price is not shown over here because I made one small mistake. So just now I created this and kept it ready for you. So this is the application. that we are going to have as our front end, and in the back end, we will be working with microservices. Okay. Now, let me just show you the agenda for today. Let us first get started with what are microservices. Few of you have attended my workshop, but that is okay, fine. Again, we will discuss about what are microservices. What is the difference between monolithic and versus microservice architecture? What are the advantages? And of course, what are the disadvantages? That also you need to know. Disadvantages of microservices. Then what are the components? Guys, many of you are working. So when you are learning microservices, you need to know, usually when we start with microservices, I am telling years back, like 2015 or 2016, when microservices came, I really don't know where to start and how to proceed further with microservices. Because if you go into Spring documentation, it is same, like everything is looks same. So how actually I got the cue is, whenever we are getting training assignments from corporates, they come with a structure. I mean, they say that, okay, these topics you need to create. The SMEs who are working with they want what they want, they will ask us. So based on that, I curated and I came up with the microservice structure course. It's not for you people. I'm just even telling about the corporates. So going forward, for the corporates, we used to suggest, okay, these are the topics you need to do. And together with that, we started adding more and more components. So as a developer, if you want to upskill yourself to microservices, what you need to know, what are the essentials you need to know in depth. I'm telling it, what you need to know and what you need to know in depth. There is a huge thing, right? So you need to know about the microservice components. I will explain all the components, but in this workshop, we cannot see all the components. Then we will create a micro service registry. While doing it, you guys will be doing it together with me. We will create a service registry. Step by step, we will do it. Now, after that, we will have a break. Then we will start building a microservice. So guys, I will give you a cue here also. The microservice that we are going to create is product catalog service. So the domain model that I have taken is product. What you can do is, after you have done together with me, you can try the same thing using any domain model, be it like Swiggy or doctor appointment, that is booking an appointment with the doctor, any kind of application. I can help you with the domain model and the design and the structure. Maybe you can try it on your own. Number one. In our case, I am creating product catalog service by working with the list of static products. When you are working, you can connect it with the database. If you know, few of you have followed me in 15 days of Spring Boot Mastery Challenge, where I have shown how to connect your Spring Boot application to the database. So you can take that as a cue and you can do that. If I do that here, what will happen is the learning of microservices will dilute. It means then we will start going behind again the same Spring Boot data JPA. I don't want to do that. So we will create a product catalog service, which is going to return a list of products. Then after that, register the service, test the service in the browser. What next? Next is we are going to build the next service, product info service. Today, excuse me. Today, we will create again this as a simple service, and product info will communicate to product catalog service. So those details I will tell you, and we will see how to communicate between the microservices. So today we are completing the backend part. Tomorrow, we will go move on for the front end part. But before that, like remember, backend and front end cannot talk to each other directly. That's what I told you. If I'm coming to your company to see you, I'm just a visitor. I'm just an external person, an outsider. I cannot come and meet you in your office directly. Why? Because there is always a security who is waiting, in front of your office or in the tech park front end. What he will do is he will check whether I am an authenticated person, whether I will be allowed to go inside, whether I am having the visitor pass. After checking everything, then only he will allow to go me inside. So for that, we need to create a gateway API. So we will be creating a gateway API also together with this. So tomorrow we will be doing it. We will create a gateway API, tweak this product info little bit. Why? These two will look similar. You might be wondering, this is also same, this is also same. But what we will do is, we will use one simple design pattern of microservice. I'm trying to call two microservices from one. I will explain everything with the pictorial representation. Okay. Now let us get started. Let me open the document first. Services. Okay. Now, first, let us understand what are microservices. Microservice is an architectural style where you are decomposing one single application into a suite of smaller services. Suppose, say, I'm having a product application, like an e-commerce application. We will discuss in terms of an e-commerce application. When we say an e-commerce application, it has got many modules. In one single application, we will have many modules like cart module, product module, inventory module, order module. So, in my e-commerce application, I have cart module. Main thing is product module, then user module, then seller module, then order module, inventory module. Likewise, we are having multiple modules. In case of a monolithic application, all these put together becomes one single application. And how it is getting deployed? It can be deployed as a WAR, WebRQ file, or EAR, Enterprise RQ file. So this is one single application. What is the disadvantage of it? The code base is huge. Now, when we talk about microservice, microservice is an architectural style where one single application is divided into a suite of smaller services. Something like a nuclear family. Each service will do their own work. Each service will run in its own process. Okay, each service will run its own process. Each service will have its own database or share the database with other services. So, now I'm having this monolithic application. How can I do it as a microservice application? In that case, this is my product application. For this product application, I will create independent microservices like product microservice, inventory microservice, order microservice, cart service, wishlist service. Okay, this is all fine. Okay, will this have a front end? No, not at all. They are just nothing, they are just similar to the REST APIs that you create. Is it only that you create microservices using Java? No. Microservices can be developed using Node, .NET, Python, using Ruby and Rails, using any language you can create it. But why Spring Boot it is popular is because it is highly scalable, secure, and that it is time and tested. Netflix is which started with this microservices. You all know about Netflix. Netflix is a streaming platform where it is streaming videos. There was a biggest lag. Whenever you are deploying this as a monolithic application, they faced many difficulties. If something goes down, the whole application itself will crash. Then again, you need to redeploy it. If I have to add some new functionality to an existing application, in that scenario, you go modify it, redeploy it. Debugging is difficult. Maintenance is difficult. So with that problems from that problems only they came up for microservice application. Guys, to make it very simple here, earlier it was joint family system in India. Now what it is, it's all like nuclear families. Whenever there is a get together, they all come together, they form as a clan, correct? You all have your own WhatsApp clan, family group, right? In WhatsApp, your own clan. What exactly is the meaning of it? I am independent, but when it has to come as a group, I behave in a group. Same way, These microservices are independent and they behave in a group. Now, what are they? How it is developed? If you are comfortable working with Spring Boot, it is very easy to create a microservice. Microservice behaves like a simple REST API only. Whatever functionalities, features that you have learnt in Spring Boot, be it how to create a REST API, how to connect to the database, how to handle exception, how to add documentation, that also is very important. How to add documentation, how to do authentication, how to dockerize it. Six major topics. If you know that, working with microservices is easier. So this is the base. On top of it, we are going to add certain components because it has to behave like a microservice application. That is okay, fine. How do they communicate between each other? Whenever two microservices wants to communicate, it can be a synchronous communication or asynchronous communication. Synchronous communication is what? Like I call you through phone, you answer me immediately. That is synchronous. That is like how you communicate between two REST APIs. Okay, using RPC, remote procedure calls. What is asynchronous communication? In case of asynchronous communication, it can be message based. There is also one other way. I don't know whether you guys have heard about it. You would have heard about reactive client, reactive web. Through that also you can do it. But now the best one is asynchronous communication is Kafka or RabbitMQ. You all order food through Swiggy, Zomato. Then immediately you get your order details saying that the tracking also is shown. That tracking is taken care by Kafka. Okay. So whenever you want to have a real-time streaming information, you can go in for message-based APIs. It can be Kafka or RabbitMQ. Few more also are there. These are very popular. Everybody you would have heard about the word Kafka, right? Maybe once we will have a workshop on Kafka because that is a very important hot topic. Wherever we go, we also have to explain. Whenever students want to join our coaching, they are also asking whether Kafka will be taught. Yeah, Kafka is actually a end part of microservice. That also you need to know. Okay. So each microservice is independent. What are the key concepts of microservices? Each microservice is self-contained. Means it has got its own database, it is running in its own server, it will have its own service layer to handle the business logic, all that are there. And then it is having running it in own process, has its own database. It works with single responsibility principle. A seller microservice will take care of only seller details, not about product details. A product microservice will take care of only product details. So likewise, you will be creating microservices. Okay. Now let me go back to the slide. If you guys are having any questions in between, you please ask me though. Fine. Microservice, just quickly I will go through it so that it's easier for you to understand. And let us not concentrate more on the theory part. We need to go for the working also so that I can talk more on that. What is a microservice? It is an architectural style which decomposes an application into a collection of loosely coupled services. We can see whenever I teach, I relate it with real world examples. The first time when I talked about microservices, I was thinking about how a joint family is decomposed into nuclear families. It is nothing wrong. Each person has to take care of their own family responsibilities. Whenever there is a get together, they combine together as one single family. Here also, each service has to handle its own process, take care of its own exception. If you want to add some extra functionality, you can add. All that is possible. But when a front end application is communicating, they will be communicating to this whole microservice ecosystem, which is one single application. That is very important. It's not individual services are not application. It is one single application divided it into multiple services. One important thing which I forgot, loosely coupled. Means I am not a burden to you, you are not a burden to me. You ask me data, you ask me products, I will give you the products. You take the products, do whatever you want. I am asking you user list or order details. You give me the details, I will take it and I will use it in whichever way I want. So that is an important part. Okay, again, I don't want to go in this one. It is a suite of smaller service. They run in their own process. They communicate with lightweight mechanisms. Each microservice is a small application. It's like a REST API. It has its own business logic, database, service layer, all that. Okay. Microservices, how they are communicating between each other, either using REST API or remote procedure call or message based APIs. This is, my dear guys, is very, very important because now what I am saying is everything is event based. Event means what? When I click a button, something happens in the backend. When I order something, immediately a tracking starts. But the tracking has to happen continuously, right? Asynchronously. Means when this guy is coming through this, what is that here? Bike. I need to track in which point is he is in which latitude and longitude he is in. All that can be done with the help of Kafka. Means message based APIs. So, to put it in a nutshell, microservices break complex application into a suite of smaller services which work together, which simplifies development, enhancing scalability and easy maintenance. Suppose say there is a party happening in your office, or if you are in college, if it is happening in your college, or at least in your family. It is not that one single person taking all the responsibilities. What you will do? Okay, you will just assign a group. You guys take care of the guest, you guys take care of the transport, you guys take care of the food, you guys take care of the what is that, stay. You divide the work and finally you collaborate, right? Same is the scenario of microservices. Okay, now this is how a microservice application looks like. What are the key components? Independence, single responsibility, developed and deployed independently, decentralized data management. How they can be managed. Each service has its own database. Inter-service communication that we have told many times. Fine. What is the difference between monolithic and microservice application? In case of monolithic application, it is tightly coupled. If I'm in a joint family, whenever I have to do something, I need to ask my elders, can I go here? Can I do this? Can I do that? Do that? Can I cook this? But if I'm in a nuclear family, it's all my bossy thing. I can do whatever I want. Same way, microservices are loosely coupled. If somebody is asking, I will give you the data. You do whatever you want. Second one, here everything is put together in as one single unit. In case of microservice, each functionality is a separate service. Next is monolithic. It is deployed as one single file. Here they are deployed as a set of service instances. Fine. Now, this is again, this PPT, I will put it in the workshop, guys. After it is done, I will upload this video to our portal. I will also add this PPT. Together with that, I will share the GitHub link of the project that we are doing. If you have not completed, you can try it out from there. That is also possible. Okay, see, definition, scalability, whenever you are scaling, every time the whole application has to be scaled. Now, in case of microservice, I buy a fridge, I buy a car. It does not bother my brother who is next door to me because it's my work, my car, my fridge. Same thing is for him also. So they are independently scalable. One microservice, you can go on adding functionalities. Suddenly you feel that you want to add wish list. You are adding wish list. So that is possible. Development speed. Monolithic, it is faster because everything is in one single place. In case of microservice, initial setup is slower because without designing your microservice application, you cannot start. So there are many design patterns which were introduced in microservices. We are not talking about the design patterns in detail, but when we are developing microservices, one thing you need to remember is there is like database specific patterns, decomposing patterns. How you are decomposing your application? Through functionality or through database or through subdomain. So those PPTs are there, you can go through that. Then deployment, this you can just have a look into it. Monolithic, it is difficult. Microservice, it is easier. Okay, technology stack, this is very important. Guys, whatever application you are seeing, so be it any product based company, it is not that they deal only with Node, only with Python, no, only with the what is that? Spring Boot. No, it's not like that. It's a combination of technologies. Be it Amazon or something. So assume that Amazon is using Spring Boot for a particular part, connecting with the database, getting the data. Well, for what they are using Python, you all know. Now you are having that. It's giving you suggestions, right? Like what does the customer say? Suppose say I want to buy a mouse. So what I do, I select the mouse. Immediately there is an AI coming and asking you, do you want to get some information? What does the customer say? Whether the mouse is sturdy? All these informations are coming using Python. So they will use part of it using Python. Part of the REST APIs are developed using Node. From Amazon, if I want to do a payment, I have to use payment gateway. This payment gateway is the best example for REST API. From here, making an API call to the other one. So the technology stack can be anything. Sorry, in microservices. Monolithic, only one single. Fault tolerance. If this we have discussed, if one fault is there in one monolithic application, it is gone. The whole application will be down. Identify it, redeploy it, and run the application. Whenever I go for interviews, I mean, in the sense, when we go for training, we also get questions on this. It's not that directly I barge into any training. When we are doing any training, till last year, Feb also I had, I mean, after that, few places they don't question us, or else we have an interview. So they ask, what is the disadvantage of using monolithic application? Most of you are working in monolithic application. You all know the code base is huge. When a newcomer is entering into the monolithic application, it's very difficult for him to understand, learn, and do an application. Okay. But in case of microservice, it is very small, bit-sized pieces. So it's very easy for him to learn. Maintenance is difficult in a monolithic application. Fault tolerance is identifying the fault or isolating the fault is very difficult in a monolithic application. All that are easier in microservices. Testing also it is the same. Okay, when to use monolithic and when to use microservice? When you are going in for a very huge application like Netflix, you can use a microservice application. My dear guys, I'll just tell you, I'll try to get the architecture of Netflix if possible. I saw it somewhere. What are the different other components that they are using? We will just see that. So this is how a monolithic application will look like. This is how a microservice application will look like. Each service has its own database. Okay. Now, okay, this and all you can just go through it. What are the advantages of microservices? They are modular in nature, independent development deployment, loosely coupled, independently scalable. Whatever we have been discussing, it's all the same. Okay. It is faster, improved fault isolation, technology diversity. Each microservice can be developed and deployed using individual technologies. It is not that I have to use only Spring Boot for developing all the technologies. I can use some other technology also, be it Python. If I want to use AI based, or if I want to add some new functionalities, I can use .NET. All that are possible. Okay. Now, any questions till now? Mm. Yeah. Now we will proceed. No.
Ma'am,
How? Yes.
ma'am, can we use like multiple database with single service? Like I have one product service
Yes.
and I can use.
Yes. Very good. So, you for one single service, you can use multiple databases, provided your service is huge. But whenever you are creating a microservice, you need to remember the size of your microservice should be, or the number of members working in one single microservice should be in such a way that they should be able to share a medium size pizza. Meaning to say that the size should be between 8 to 10. You can go through a blog written by Martin Fowler. He was the guy who was talking about these microservices. So one microservice can have two databases, that is allowed. Similarly, two microservices can share the same database. Suppose say I have an order microservice, which is very simple. Together with that, I'm having a wish list microservice also. This is also a simple one. It is not having much. So what we can do is we can combine them and we can have it use only one single database. So database, using the databases, it is up to you. It is up to the project how exactly it is going to be. Just a second. Hmm. Database per service, shared database, saga design pattern, each one like, so based on how your project is, you can work with the databases. Per service means each microservice will have its own database. Shared database means what? Each two microservices can share the same database. And again, if my microservice is huge, dealing with multiple tables, in that scenario, okay, when it will become huge? Suppose I'm creating a product microservice. It's not that it is only name, whatever I have shown, only it's not that name, title, name, ID, brand, and category. This is what I have given. But in a real-time scenario, it is not that. This product will have features. Okay. Meaning to say that features will be a separate table. In features, you will be seeing, no, what is the material it is done with, what is the color, what is the size, and all those details. So one product having one features, one to one. One product can have many offers. So you will have offers separately. That is a separate class. It will have certain items. So here we will use one to many. Then you will have offers. Now next is, one product can be in many categories. Television can be in home and also in electronics. Then mobile can be in electronics and also in gadgets. So it means that you are working with many to many. In case of many to many, what it is? Category, list of category. Offer also, list of offers. Other than that, you are having many other properties in one single product. So if you cannot work with one single one database, when the data is huge, you can work with multiple databases for one single microservice. That is also allowed. That's what I said. The orchestration is very important when you are creating the microservice. I hope you can understand. Just like that, I cannot just go and start working with the microservices. First, I have to do an
I would like
architecture.
to know whether we have some
Hmm.
example of product has features has offers
Uh-huh. You want to
in our
I
this.
didn't get you. Repeat, please.
I want to have some examples like products has features and features has offers
Hmm.
like that.
Yeah, I can just show you. No, so here you are having product which has got name, ID, brand, features. In features is separate, offers is separate. In features also, you can have again one to many. Here also I can have at one to many. One feature having
Okay.
many bank offers like
Now,
list
in
of.
our example, in our hands-on example, can we
We are
implement
not.
something like this?
Yeah, but actually the duration is less. If we go into it, it becomes a data-jpa application more than
Okay.
a microservice. Okay, this maybe we can do it once. This actually I want to do it because in our coaching and in many corporates we have done it. This is the real use case scenario when you are working with any Spring Data JP application. It's not that you simply create four properties and you just add it. It is like how you are dealing with one to one, one to many, especially with many to many. In case of, in this case, I have one product table. I will have a separate features table. In case of list of offers, I have product table, offers table, and also one common table for with the IDs of both for product and for offer. No, I don't want to have an individual table. If you feel, what you will do is you will be taking this offer ID and you will be adding it to product. And if time permits, I can give you a structure, how actually it will look like. And the last one is category, list of category. When you talk about category, in this case, again, you cannot have category ID in product ID in category. It's not possible. So separately, you'll have a product table, you'll have a category table, and then you will have an intermediary where you will have a product ID and category ID. Likewise, you will be having it. Okay, so in these kind of applications, the data is huge. In Amazon, if you notice, the data itself is huge and heavy. You cannot work with one single database. In those scenarios, you need to go in for many databases for one single service. This is one single product service. Other than that, I have got user, cart, wish list, offer, blah, 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 everything is coming, right? In the course that I have given, like in my portal, in the course that I have given, we are building a microservice application with the database, with the exception, whatever I discussed, with the authentication, plus all the components of microservice. Now, if I go into this, then we will be deviating from that part. Maybe we will, if time permits, we will try to connect it to the database and we will check it out. That's all. Adding all this will take so much of time, and we need at least 4 hours just to do one single structure itself. I can show you the code. I will show you the code, not an issue at all.
I'm just one question small. Like if I'm connecting to multiple database, so how I will, like if I'm performing some query operation, so from which database it will read that record? I mean,
You
suppose I'm getting,
you will be providing the configuration details, right? You will be
yes,
providing the configuration details in YAML file. So
yes,
based on the configuration details, it will pick and choose the corresponding database. You
but
can add
for both the database will provide that configuration in YAML file.
exactly.
So from
So
which database it will take that we can separate now. I mean, suppose I am using SQL and no SQL also,
oh
MongoDB.
okay. If you are working with SQL and no SQL, in that case, the scenario itself is completely different. Like what I'm saying is, the way you write the SQL query for the repository will be completely different for NoSQL.
Okay,
In case of SQL, it is simply you use JPA repository. Okay. In case of NoSQL, if you are working with MongoDB, then you will be using Mongo repository. And the way you write the query, here you will be using named query, native query, all that you are adding in JPA repository will be completely different from Mongo repository. In this case, your custom queries will be different. You will be using JSON type of queries.
yes,
I will show you this last. This one, how
yes,
it is differing, I will show you this last. Okay. So now when you are providing the details, configuration details, you can explicitly create an YAML file and you will be adding it. In this particular, for this, use this, for this, use this. I'll show you an example in the last maybe. Yeah. Mm.
yes, yes.
Mm. Any more questions? Yeah. Now let us understand about the components of microservice. Guys, you are a microservice developer only if you know these components and only if you have added it to your microservice. So to start with the components, I will tell you, so before starting into it, I will tell you my one very interesting use case of microservice. So I was doing this microservice training for many years for many corporates. So that was all fresher batches and everything. In one startup, I got actually a call. Like I got a training requirement where it was about microservices. So this guy, he said, I don't want to use the registry at all. These microservices should be that I really enjoyed the training. So that is why I'm sharing it with you. He said, you need to create microservices. Help them how to create the microservices. These microservices all should be Dockerized, that is containerized and added to Docker. It should be containerized and all these microservices should be added to Docker. And they will communicate only within the Docker environment. It should not be available outside, number one. And it's a small startup. It is in Bangalore in HSR, only 20 to 30 people. We had it only in their small, simple boardroom kind of, you have, no, that room only we had it. So there, they didn't want to install anything. So now I'm giving you download, blah, 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 this NoSQL, MySQL, this. It's not required at all. They told everything should be pulled only from Docker, be it MySQL, be it MongoDB. You pull everything from Docker and no need of service registry. They should communicate between each other within the Docker environment only. If at all they have to communicate, they should communicate only using Kafka, through Kafka. This was a very interesting assignment that I felt. Why I am telling this is, when you are talking about microservices can communicate between each other in different ways. The first one is you register your microservices to a registry, through a registry. Okay. Where we had this is here in Harman. I was doing for a lateral batch who have like literally some 9 to 10 years of experience. They are shifting from Spring Boot to microservices. So when I explained, when we were dealing with, they told, see, you are teaching microservice, you are teaching Eureka service registry, you are teaching gateway API and fault tolerance. All that are fine. We will not use any of this. Why? Because there are, I mean, in Harman and also in State Street, these two are really my, it is etched in my memory. 2018 or 2019, I did this. Why it is etched in my memory is, they said, we just need to understand what are microservices. In ours is a bank, so we don't want to use any open source registry. We don't know how long it will be available, whether it will go into maintenance or not. We don't know, so we are understanding what are all the components and how they are working. Anyways, when we are creating, we will be using our own annotations. Why I am telling this is, whatever I have been teaching, I have actually added a complete course of microservice itself in YouTube. But what happened? Only Eureka service registry is available. Rest of the things are all in maintenance mode. Gateway APIs, Zool maintenance. Historics, it is in maintenance mode. So now you cannot use those libraries. So what you need to know? What are the major components that I need to tackle? Okay, yeah, I can just tell it very simple. If I am entering into, if I am having a son, if my son is entering into a college, what are the main things that he has to consider? How he has to stay alone, so how he will be handling his personal items, how he will interact with the teachers going from a school to a college, and how he has, I mean, how to handle the food, I mean, like if the food is not good, how he will handle his emotions. Those are the main things I can tell. I cannot go and tell, okay, don't eat this, don't do this, don't do that. On the top level we can just give an instruction. Same way, on the top level you need to know the components. There are certain components which are used all the time, which you have to understand. So this is using registry. The second way working with microservices is using Docker. Now, so in it, then what happened is we started teaching through Docker. Now of late they have moved on to the third one, that is using Kubernetes. And like with Docker also we use Kafka. So Kubernetes, now the microservices will be deployed to Kubernetes. Any consumer wants to consume, they will take it from Kubernetes server and they will start using it. So if you are comfortable working with these two, in the end, that is the pro part. That's what I'm saying. So initially you start with registry, understand all the components, create microservice application, use it as connect it to your front end. If you, even if you do, okay, why I am asking you to connect to the front end means, whenever I am teaching, it's like something is hanging from here, there. They really don't know. Everywhere you are creating REST API, you are saying, answer has come, answer has come. What is the meaning of it? You have to understand how actually from the front end, a request goes to the back end, it passes the gateway API, it connects to one microservice, that fellow is not available, it connects to the next microservice, get the data, travel back and give the data to the client. So this is the complete path you need to know. So these are the three ways where you can deploy. We are talking about deployment. Now, let me come to the components. First, we discussed about registry. What are microservices? Microservices are simple REST APIs. They are returning some REST endpoints which will return a resource. So all these microservices should be registered to a service registry. That is the first part. Next is you create few microservices. These microservices should register themselves to the service registry. Then the third part is you should know how to communicate between microservices. If you are from Spring Boot background, you know, right? For communication, you can use REST template, or you can use web client for asynchronous operations. Third one. Then the next one, like now, I talked about gateway API. What is the meaning of gateway API? Whatever request is coming in. Wait a minute. Yes, sorry, 1 minute. Okay. Now, this is our backend microservice ecosystem. First, we need to understand what exactly is a microservice. So this is for one simple application. Assume we are doing it for product. So this is my product service. Okay. And I have got cart service. I have user service. I have order service. The microservices communicate. So these are all the few services. Remember, the microservice should register themselves to the service registry. Only then it will be visible for all the other services. So first we need to create a service registry, which is Eureka registry. This is a part of Netflix OSS, open software solutions. Okay. So Eureka registry. Now, if any outsider from the outside world wants to communicate, it can be a mobile application or a web application developed using Spring or a React or Angular or any other application, any other proper application which is connecting to the backend. What is the meaning of proper application? As in like, I mean, from Swiggy, I'm making a payment. Okay, when you do a payment, what is that? Razorpay is completely different. Swiggy is completely different. PhonePe is completely different. Zomato is completely different. It means from Swiggy or Zomato, you are making an API call to the backend. So likewise, you can have some other REST API which is communicating to this microservice. So that is also possible. So these are all the external persons. Now we are not bothered about the external persons. Now we know what is registry. We have created few microservices. We should know how they are going to communicate between each other. Next is gateway API. So where is this gateway API comes? This gateway API is here. Okay, earlier it was Zool. Now we will be using from Spring Cloud. All these whatever we are learning is from Spring Cloud only. So whenever a request is coming in, it has to pass through the gateway API to the corresponding services, to all these services. That is how it is. Okay, I cannot directly from my Angular application, I cannot communicate to product service or cart service. Only through the gateway API I can communicate. Even here also, they have given a check. What is that? Means I enter into your office. After entering into your office, there is a security who is stopping me. Then the security will not communicate to you directly. What he will do? Either he will go to a receptionist who is a single point of contact for all the departments. Security is for that company. Receptionist is for a POC for all the departments. So similar to that, we will have a unified service. This is a design pattern. So gateway API will contact this unified service based on the URL pattern. This unified service will communicate to other microservices. Okay, guys, actually, it will look somewhat confusing. We will do one or two, then you will get an idea. So that is the purpose of gateway API. Gateway API, what are all the advantages? What and all it is going to do? Routing. That's what we have seen. This fellow is contacting 9,000. That comes to gateway API. But internally, this is running in 80, 81, 80, 82, 80, 83, and so on. So gateway API will pick and choose the appropriate microservice. So the end client doesn't know where the microservice is running, how, in what port number it is running, how many instances are there. Nothing will be known to the front-end application. This all happens in the backend. There is no communication connection between those two. So routing, compressing, logging, for all this, we will be using gateway API. And main important is load balancing. Gateway API can do load balancing also. It will do server-side load balancing. What is the difference? Server-side load balancing means when a request from the client comes in, so based on how many requests are coming in, that particular gateway API will send it to the appropriate microservice. Guys, I'll tell you in a simple way. If you are working in a normal monolithic application, it will not be deployed to one single server. Assuming Amazon or Myntra or any application of that matter, it is deployed to multiple servers. Okay. This one running in 81, 82, 83, 84. Remember, this is an application. Each application is deployed in multiple servers. When a request comes in, the request will not go to the server directly. you will have a load balancer. This is a server side load balancer. What this load balancer will do is, whenever a request comes in, it will check, okay, where I can give the request. Assume this one can handle only 10,000 clients. Now this is full, busy. So it will not go into that one. Now what about 8082? 8082 is comparatively free. So automatically it will route you to this particular load service. Means from your the request will be sent to this 8082. Now assume 83 is also free. Now how it will decide whether to go to 82 or 83? There are certain patterns based on which it will decide, round robin fashion, or which service is returning the, which port is returning the service faster, or which port is returning the application without any faulty thing. All that will be taken care by this load balancer. So our gateway API also can behave like a server side load balancer, not a client side one, server side load balancer. In the server side, it will pick and choose the appropriate microservice and it will give it to you. So because client cannot pick up, the gateway API is picking up what service it wants. Okay, so that is about gateway API. Okay. Next is, this is the fourth component. Next one is what is very important, like we also have to do load balancing. What is that load balancing? This is okay, fine. From the front end, we are connecting to the backend microservices. What about these microservices? They are also communicating between each other, right? Assume there is a scenario when multiple services are communicating to product service. The number of requests is more. Can it handle it? No, it is not possible. So I would like to show you this as an example also to you guys. So what I will do is, I will run another instance. It is not another application. Please understand. It is a service, a part of it. It's like one finger in my whole body. One finger means it's a part of my body. So it's a service. For this, I will create another instance, another instance, another instance. Meaning to say that this is running in 81. This is running in 82. This is running in 83. This is running in 84. So 4 instances of the same service are running. If you talk about this, these are same application. 4 applications are running in 4 different servers. Here, 4 instances of the same service is running. That's a huge difference. Please understand that. Now, here also it is the same thing. But in this case, now order service wants to connect to product service, assume. In the previous case, who chose the server? The load balancer pick and chose the server and it is sending it to the client. That is why we are calling it a server side load balancing. Now here, order wants to connect to product service. What is order? Order is a client to product service. Or cart is a client to product service. Sorry for the visit. It will happen for just 2 or 3 minutes and then it will stop. Order and cart, they are clients for product service. Now cart will decide whether to select 82 or 81 or 84. Order will decide whether to connect to 82 or 83 or 84. This means they are handling it. The client is handling it. This is called as client side load balancing. Okay. Client side load balancing. So this is very, very important. What is the difference between server side load balancing and client side load balancing? In case of server side load balancing, the server will pick and choose the appropriate service or the application and give it to the client. In case of client side load balancing, the client will pick and choose the appropriate instance which it wants to connect to. Here also it's the same scenario. Which one is faster? Which one will return a faster response? Which is less faulty? All that has to be taken care. Okay, load balancing. Next one is, this has become very messy. Sorry. Delete little bit of it. Okay. Now we have seen about load balancing. The next one is resilience 4J. Yes. No, sorry. Next one is fault tolerance. What is the meaning of fault tolerance? Suppose say I am having multiple microservices running. Now let me just tell you to the basic example here. I have got product service, which is a catalog service. It is showing the list of items. Then I have got an info service, which is connecting to this and to some other service, getting the data and showing it over here. Now from this, I'm calling cart service. The user is coming and checking and is adding the items to the cart. It is available as cart service. This is how it is. Now what happens is, assume this catalog service is connected to the database. At some point, the database is not working. So the catalog service goes down. Now what will happen? An exception will be thrown from the catalog service to info service. Info will take the exception and throw it to the cart. You all know, if you're working in a Spring Boot application, you will handle the exception using a class that is annotated with @controller advice. That might be you would have worked with that. So it means that exception can be handled. But what kind of exceptions? Whether the user is giving the right input, then request param, then whether the media type is correct, whether the media type is supported, whether the path variable is given properly. So those kind of exceptions will be handled. But now here the system itself is down. The service itself will be down. So how to handle it? When the number of requests are coming more and more and more, the application, what it will do means it will suddenly stop. It will not connect. The circuit will break open. So for that, we are going to use a library called as Resilence 4J. Together with that, you can also use Spring Cloud Circuit Breaker, which uses circuit breaker design pattern. Remember, the difference is here. Earlier, here they used Zool. Here they used Hystrix. Both are in maintenance. Here we will be using Spring Cloud Gateway API. Okay. Seventh point. Now, I am having some 10 to 15 microservices. How do they communicate between each other? For that, we will be using REST template. Meaning to say that every time you need to write the logic to communicate with the other microservice. Instead of that, we have got something called as declarative client. Means if you have worked with spring-data-jpa, you don't write the implementation classes, right? Spring Boot is responsible for writing the implementation class, create a JDBC template object, connect to the database. Same way, if you are using this declarative client, automatically it will make an API call to the backend using this template. You are just going to provide the informations using an interface. So for this, we use OpenFin. Okay, OpenFin. Then the next component is like we have taken care of the fault tolerance, load balancing, everything. I want to know what is the flow of my application. A to B, B to C, C to F, F to Z. I want to know the flow. I want to capture the details. So for that, you need to do distributed tracing. So for that, now Zipkin we are using. Earlier people use Sleuth also. We don't need it. Zipkin. And the last one is ELK. Elasticsearch Logging Kibana. Okay, Kibana is like a UI if you want to handle the logging of for the whole entire application, microservice application. So if I want to know the flow and everything, then we can use this. Elasticsearch is like a database, like how you connect to your MySQL. So similar to that, we can work with Elasticsearch also. So even though you don't do it, you need to do till this part. This is distributed tracing Zipkin. Other than that, if you also should know how to communicate between microservices using Kafka, with using Docker. So these are the things that you have to learn if you want to work with microservices. Any questions?
So what are
Yeah.
what are the things that are covered in this?
Okay, now what we are going to do, let me just tell you. You guys are going to do a hands-on together with me. Let me just. So this is the complete part. This is for a full-fledged coaching, and this I am having as a course also. I have not done it. I have just started with. I think I have completed some 10 videos or something. What are the things that we are going to cover? Let me just tell you. I will erase this. First is today we will first create a service registry. You guys are going to do it together with me. I will wait. Then together with me, you can. Next is we will create a microservice. Okay, based on product. So let us have the microservice name as product catalog. product catalog service. Then we will test the service in the browser. Then after that, we will create the next service. Like maybe we can make it a little bit complicated, but first let us have it as a simple service like product info service. This is going to have few methods. I'm not going to directly add everything in public static void main. We will do it as a layered architecture only. This product info service will communicate to product catalog service. The idea here is, this is what we are going to do. We will create a service registry. Okay. Then we will create a catalog service. Then we will create an info service. Means it has to give the information about all the products. Together with that, but now today we will do only these two. If possible, we will create one more service which will provide the features or details about the service. So this info will connect these two to these two services. Likewise, we can try it out. Then tomorrow we will create the gateway API. And then we will create an MVC application. Guys, MVC application, still certain places they are using, certain places they are not using. But without using an MVC application, if you are trying to understand microservices, it is something like you are simply creating REST APIs and working with that. Just to see the continuity and flow, we are doing it. Okay. Now, now that you have got a complete idea of how a microservice looks like, you can add few more services and you can add the components one by one. Technically, you have created a application. Now in this, maybe like to info service, what and all you can do, you can try adding a resilience for J. Then you can use declarative client. Then in case of catalog service, what about catalog service? You can make the catalog service communicate to the database. To understand load balancing, you can run multiple instances of same catalog service and check which instances picked by info service. That also you can try it out. And one important thing is, which I forgot, actually config server. This is a very important part. What is this config server part? Like, yeah, what is the config server part? Every microservice is having configuration details. Okay, two to three things you need to add. One is, which I forgot, is config server. The other important thing is, many people, if you are from Spring Boot, you might be knowing it, that is Spring Actuator. Wherever you go, they ask this question about actuator and profiles. Actuator, if possible, while doing only, I will explain. It's very easy only. What about profiles? Now, when I'm working in a microservice or any REST API, for development purpose, I would have added certain classes, certain println statements. So, and for production purpose, I don't need it at all. So, I will create two controllers. One controller having all the details which is relevant to development. One controller all the details with relevant to production. One controller all the details with relevant to testing. So, now based on the profile that you have got, the microservice application will run. Now, okay, so this is about profiles. Now let me come to the config server part, which is a very important and integral part. What is the purpose of a config server? Every microservice is having so much of configuration details. Assume I have got a catalog service. As you guys told, I have just, I'm having my database as MySQL. Just a second, please. I'm having my database as MySQL. Okay. And I have given the configuration details for MySQL, username, URL, password, and everything. Few other microservices are also using their own databases, but the database, physical database is MySQL. Now what happens is, suppose in future, if they are changing from MySQL to MongoDB, or if they are changing from MySQL to Oracle or Postgres, you need to go and change it in each and every configuration file of the microservice. You need to redeploy it. I hope you can understand, because I'm changing the database itself. So whenever there are changes, you need to redeploy each and every microservice. I have got some 50 to 60 microservices, and each microservice is having the configuration details connecting to the database. Each one is, of course, using MySQL. They are having their own database. Now, what happens? I have to go and modify 60 microservices, redeploy 60 microservices again. Rather, what we will do is we will use a config server. Just like Eureka Service Registry, this is a server. What it will do is, in this server, you will add the link. Okay, I will put it in simple terms. Now, rather than adding the configuration details in individual services, I will add it to the repository. As in, I will create application.yaml, application dev.yaml, production.yaml, info YAML, info dev.yaml. For every microservice, whatever configuration details are there, I will go and add it to the repository. Assume I have added to Shristi repository. Now it is available. Now, what this in the config server, what it is going to do? It is going to provide the place where exactly my configuration details are available. I hope you can understand where the configuration details are available. It's not going to give you the details. Suppose you are playing a treasure hunt, means what there will be a guy. You are just going to go and ask the guy where the location is. This person is not having the treasure, but he is having a sheet which says where your treasure is available. Similarly, the config server will have the link to the repository. Okay, so now this catalog service, info service, all these people, they will connect only to the config server. That's what I told you, a treasure hunt. Assume there is a child. The child is coming to the mother. Mother does not know where the treasure is, but mother is having a sheet which says where the treasure is located. So mother has to give the sheet to the child. That's how it is. Same way, all these services have to connect to config server. Config server will have the link to the repository or to the place where all the configuration files are available. What is the advantage? Later on, if I am going to change the database, I don't have to go and check in all the services. I will come and change in this place only, in all the YAML files in one single repository. Number one. Number two, I don't want to work with GitHub. I want to have my own remote repository created by my own company. So in that case, where will I go and change? It is enough that I'll go and change only in the server. I'll just give a different link to which, in which all the configuration files are available. So you can just go and add it over here. Okay. So I hope it is clear. So these are the topics that you need to do. Now, in our workshop, first we will create the service registry. Then we will create a microservice, complete architecture. Actually, I also want to deal with the database only. But if I deal with the database, if some of you are new and if you are not able to connect, it will take time. So we will work with a static set of values. Then we will create the next service and we will do communication between these two services. Okay. So a part of it is ready. If time permits, I want to create one more microservice. Like as in, the initial idea was I have service B, I have service A connecting to B. Then I have a gateway API connecting to A connecting to B. A and B can register to service registry. This is the idea. And from the from the MVC application, they are going to connect to the backend. This is what our time will be. But still, what I want to do is, this A has to communicate to C, which is one other service. It has to get the details from C and B. Very simple. Now, I want to generate a bill. How do I generate the bill? I need to see the cart. What are the items that are in the cart? I need to see the order. What are the orders that are available? I need to get the user details also. So, this bill will have our username, cart details, order details. So, it's an aggregation of 3 microservices. This fellow is going to communicate to 3 different microservices, get the data and return it to the client. Same way we can also try it out for this C. So this one, if time permits, we will do, or else like with the whatever time is there, like we will do the other. Now, what I can do is we will take a small. Any questions? Is that fine till now?
Yeah, I have one question.
Yeah.
Regarding config server. So as you
Hmm.
said, so the individual microservices configurations will be stored in the repository.
Exactly.
So in that repository, they will be having a single ML file, or
Super.
they will be having different configuration files
Super. Very
as
good.
per the
Actually,
microservices.
very good. Excellent. So this was the first question. When I started also, everywhere you are going to create it as application.yaml, how they will recognize? In
Yes, yeah,
that
that's
case,
what my question.
excellent. Very good. Excellent. So it is catalog, right? Suppose say the service name is catalog hyphen. Every service should be given a name. Assume I have given the name of the service as catalog hyphen service. What should be the YAML file name? It is not application.yaml. In your local system, it is application.yaml. When you are going to store it in the repository, it should be catalog hyphen service.yaml. Catalog hyphen service hyphen dev. My profile name is dev hyphen dev.yaml. If my profile I am creating it as prod means hyphen prod.yaml. Likewise, you need to create it. Clear?
Okay, so you mean that
Hmm.
repository link will be providing in the config server.
Exactly. Now this catalog service is assumed that I have got a, I will just a second. Hmm. See, now I have created book service. In book service, see here I have got two profiles. So what I have given book hyphen service hyphen dev. This is dev profile. So where I have given the details relevant to the database. Together with that, some other information also. This is book service dev.yaml. Now I am having one other service. The name of the service is book view service. So I have created separate YAML file. It is also in the same GitHub. This is my local repository. Then I am pushing it to the remote repository. Is this clear, Rahul?
Yeah, I got cleared. Yeah,
Still confusing, I think.
I got cleared, but I'm confused with like how it will connect and how it will come to.
Yes. Okay. Just because you
I
asked,
think
see here.
while
See here.
execution he can know.
See here, I will just show you. See, finally, see, this is the one which we have done in the coaching recently. So let me just open it. It is having the YAML file. See, src main resources application.yaml. This is the YAML file. See the application name. It is book hyphen service. Now we need to connect to the server to get the repository URL. So the repository URL is, I mean, my config server is running in port number 8888. So where it will go? The moment you run this application, it will go to this config server. So now let me open the config server also. Just the YAML file. Okay. Config server. src main resources. So here I'm having the YAML file. This config server is having my URL. GitHub Shristi Hub June config repo. See the URL. So, okay. Should I remember all the YAML file configurations? Not at all. You can directly take it from Spring site only. So I'll just show you that also. Like, yeah, now I have taken it. Now, see you how to access the application name. How it is going to be localhost colon 8888. If you are having only one single microservice, you can give application.yaml. But if you are working with multiple microservices, then in that case, how it will identify? Now, what is the flow? I am trying to run book service. The moment I try to run this book service, it is looking in for config server. So it will go to localhost 8888. It will come and read this config server. Here you have given the link. Assume the link is here. Now it is entering into the repository. This is my repository. So based on the name that you have got, what is my application name? Book hyphen service. So it will go and pick and choose book hyphen service. But if I have given here profiles that are active, dev and production means it will pick and choose both the YAML files. If I simply give dev alone means it will take the active profile as dev. Then it will go and select only that controller it will select only that YAML file. The YAML file name will be book-service-prod. What you have given based on that. So how the microservice is locating the corresponding YAML file based on the name. See, initially, long back, I'm telling you, when I started, I gave it as application.yaml. When you are running multiple services, how it will know whether to take which one? So you have to give it using the application name. Okay, this I will show you, like this I will show you. I hope it is clear.
Yeah, I have got it. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. So guys, now we can take a quick break or 16, 20, maybe 5 to 6 minutes of break. We'll come back. We'll start with the coding part. Okay. Step by step, we will do the coding and we should have the backend at least ready today. I will also do it fresh with you. So please have your Spring tool suite alone intact. 6 minutes enough for 10 minutes? Yes? Yeah, 9 minutes. Okay. Now 4:30 we will.
Yeah, good.
Guys, shall we start?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Just want to know the initial feedback. I hope it is good till now. The pace is fine for everyone?
Yes, ma'am. So far.
Okay. Now, yeah. So shall we proceed for the practical session now? We'll start coding. Okay, I hope you all are having your Spring tool suite installed. I'll share my screen. Guys, because you're going to do it together with me, I would like to get messages also. Whenever you are completing, you can just send me a message saying that done. Okay. Okay, now let me open Spring Tool Suite. Please select your workspace of your choice. Let it open. Okay. So this is my workspace. I hope you all are having the same. Please go in for a new workspace. First, let us create the service registry. Okay, go to file, new Spring Starter project. If I'm going fast, please do stop me. I can wait. We will do it together. So it is Eureka Service Registry. So let me give the application name as Eureka-Service-Registry. Eureka-Service-Registry. Then type is Maven, packaging is jar, Java version is 21, language is Java. We are dealing with product, so let us have it as product app. Next, click next. Now, the Spring Boot version that we are using is 3.4.2. Spring version is greater than 6.x. Search for Eureka. This is a server. Select it and click finish. Eureka server. That's what you need to select. Now, let me maximize the console. Open the service registry. What is the first step that you need to do? Go to the main class. Open the main class. This main class should be annotated with @enable Eureka server. @enable Eureka server. Let me add that. Okay, fine. The next step is we need to add configuration details. So open SRC main resources. Already it is having a properties file. Now there are two things that you need to remember. Going forward, now they will use only YAML file. And if you notice, I have given the application name as 3 words separated by hyphens. When we start with Java, when we started with Spring, everywhere they insisted to use uppercase, first letter uppercase. My project means MNP has to be uppercase. Demo project means DNP has to be uppercase. Then there came a scenario I have seen in many places, underscore. I literally go mad when I see underscore. Do not use underscore. Spring framework will not understand underscore at all. Underscore is only for database people. People who are hardcore working in database. So that's an important tip I want to tell you. Now, microservices, they use only snake case hyphen. First thing. Next is properties file. Now going forward, it is only YAML file. Why? Why they have moved from properties file to YAML file means, even if I have to write one part of the code, database specific code, I have to repeat it again and again and again. Spring.datasource.username, spring.datasource.url, spring.datasource.password. So rather, if I'm having it as indentation, it will be easier. So in case of YAML, it is indentation. YML or YAML. What is the meaning? Yet another markup language. They didn't have any name, so they have given it as yet another markup language like HTML, like XML, like that. Okay. Select SRC main resources, right click, new file. Give the file name, all lowercase, application.yml. All in lowercase only. Okay. First thing is, my dear guys, here we are going to work with different microservices. How the microservices can communicate to each other? Only using the application name, including Eureka Service Registry. Meaning to say that, now when I am creating, so first we are creating a service registry. Then we are creating product catalog. We need to give a name for product catalog. Then we will create product info. Product info means it is going to connect to 2 different microservices and get the data. Product info service. Now, how product info will know about product catalog? It has to, before that, this product catalog has to register itself to service registry. How it will know where the service registry is, in which place it is running? So for that, you have to give a name for the service registry also. And whenever product catalog wants to register to the service registry, or any microservice wants to register to the service registry, only through the name they can register. Just like how you are registering through Zoom and coming in, only through the name they can register. So that's what is mandatory. So first is we need to give an application name. There is a trick in this. Older versions of Spring Toolsuit didn't have it, but now by default in properties file, they are giving an application name. If you want to go with the same application name, not an issue at all, or else you delete it. Okay, you delete it and you come to application.yaml and give your application name. Let us have all the configuration in one single place. Okay, first is let me give the port number, server.port. Okay, usually they give the port number for Eureka server as 8761. I mean, by default, it is configured in that way. Next is, we need to give an application name. Spring dot application dot name all caps. So I don't prefer to use lowercase, and I prefer to use the industry standards, what I am learning, what I have learned from other places. Even though it is a basic example, please try to follow all those things, including the package name. Eureka registry. Okay, next is we need to add the service URL through which others can register to the service. Okay, so I already when we were working with that, I explained. Now also I'll just tell you here, Eureka registry. Eureka registry. Now if you click on this, I don't know what is there in the YAML file. I want to get the configuration details. It is better to copy rather than writing it wrong. So you can just scroll down and you can get the configuration details. Application name, port number, these two, but they have not given the URL. So that we will add it now. Eureka dot client dot service URL. Service URL. It is there over here. Enter. Then default zone. Technically, it is supposed to be default Z capital default zone. They changed that also to default zone. Colon. Where actually it is running? It is running in port number, what is that? 8761. So it is / localhost colon 8761. But I don't want to use this. Instead of 8761, I can give it as an expression language. In JSP, you have expression language, right? Remove this dollar curly brace. So you can give it a server dot port. Okay. What about localhost? For localhost also, you can add something new, means Eureka dot instance. Hostname, instance dot hostname. If it is it is deployed in a different machine, then you can give that IP config. But now it is deployed in your local machine, so you can give it as localhost. And now in this case, instead of localhost, I can use expression language dollar curly brace Eureka dot instance hostname dot hostname. That's it. Okay. Eureka dot instance dot hostname colon 8761. We have given it. Okay. Now, whenever you are creating any microservice or any application, it will try to register itself to this URL. But this itself is a registry. It should not self-register itself. So you need to add one more, register with Eureka. That's what you have seen there. Register with Eureka. Eureka.client.register with Eureka. Guys, you see here, Eureka client, see the indentation. Eureka client service URL, Eureka client register with Eureka. And again, Eureka instance hostname. So see the indentation. It will not accept tab space. In that case, go back. Then give a space, space, space. Now give the value. By default, all the services that you add will be registering with Eureka. Now I don't want to register it. So register with Eureka. False. Don't register. Then fetch the registry. Eureka client fetch registry. That also is false. Don't fetch the registry because I myself am a registry. Save it. Remember to remove the content from application.properties or directly you just delete it. You don't need it at all. Save the main class. Now, I hope you guys are doing it right. If I share the YAML file, it will be a problem because when you just copy it, it will just go with the tab space. You need to again re-indent it. So you try the YAML all by yourself. I can wait. Once you have completed till this part, let me run it. You run it. And in your local, in the bottom, you can see boot dashboard. If it is not available here, on the top, it is available as boot dashboard. If you are running it, it should be shown in local boot dashboard as it is up. Now we have not at all added it, started it. Okay, you say, okay, I am ready to share it, but please be very careful with the indentation. Please be very, very careful with the typos, with the indentation in case of YAML file.
Oh, ma'am, what is it? Fetch registry and registry with Eureka, we made it false, right? So what is
Yeah.
that?
Okay. See, well, now here you have given client service URL. What is the URL? Localhost colon 8761. This means every microservice, not this hash, every service should register to this URL. I hope you can understand. Every service, whichever is coming in, should register to this URL. Now, suppose if I am creating a microservice, there also I will write this line. It means, see, this is the URL of the registry. You go and register yourself. But this itself is a registry. So why should I again register to myself? So we are giving register
Okay.
with Eureka as false.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. And
Yep.
fetch registry also, it is the same meaning. I myself, I am a registry. Why should I self-register? By default, the values are true. Meaning to say that every microservice you are creating, automatically seeing the URL, they will go and register. You don't have to register, they will go and register.
Okay, yeah, got it. Yeah. Thank you.
Now, if you have completed it, select your main class, right click, run as Spring Boot app. Okay, let me maximize the console. See, the name that we have given for our registry is shown over here. Pull the cursor to the right side. You should see your registry up and running in port number 8761. If your application is running, please give a thumbs up and you please send a message also whether you have completed or not.
Ma'am, I send you a picture. Can you please check in the group?
Yeah, sure. This is indentation, my dear. Okay, same thing like whatever you have got. See here, I will just show you. It's because of the indentation. Wait. Now, this is what you copied, right? Control X, Control V. The moment okay. When I'm just saving it, it's coming it like this. Suppose if you're having any error or something, it will be in this manner. Likewise, you are having it, right? What you need to do is just give a space. No tab, nothing. You need to give a space.
Okay.
This is spring dot application dot name. So that is the indentation. Here you have to be very careful. Eureka client one level, client and service URL one level. Client register with Eureka, client and instance should be in the same level. Here service register with and fetch registry should be in the same level. Give the indentations, automatically it will be done.
ma'am, we have to enable the configuration properties, right? In the
Which one? Application.properties, yeah.
yeah.
Either you delete it or you remove that line.
Okay. Can you
Now,
go to the
as of now, it will not give any error. But if some other application is trying to register, it will take that name only and it will not register with this name.
can you go to the previous slide?
Which one? Which one?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Enable Eureka server.
Enable it. Okay.
So if your application is up and running, then you should get a up symbol here, an arrow here, and in the console, it should run successfully. Yeah. Guys, it will be great that if you are putting and giving me a thumbs up saying that you have completed till this part. If it is done, go to the browser. Now go select localhost 8761, press enter. 8761, press enter. You should see the screen. Let us understand this also. It says this is the Eureka dashboard. This is a registry. It has to show what are all the instances that are registered to this particular microservice. Till now, we have not registered anything. So it means that no instances available. You should get this message. And if you guys are working in advanced microservices project, then you need to know what should be the capacity of your microservice and how much CPUs are required. See, it is all given over here. How many replicas will you create for the same microservice? All that.
So, ma'am, is there any standards to configure some replica
Standards to
CPUs and all?
configure? Please repeat.
Yeah. Is there any standards like what all we need to configure for the microservice?
Oh, you are asking about the configuration file. What are the things that you need to configure? That's what you're asking, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So usually in a microservice YAML file, I'll tell you what and all you need to call. This is standard. These two are very important. I mean, these three are very important. But as I told you, if you're working in a Docker environment, it is not needed because you will be they'll be communicating between each other. Then other than that, if you want to expose certain REST endpoints, you need to add that configuration files. Logging details. What is the, if you're connecting to the database specific configuration details. Then one more, your profiles, different types of profiles. If you're working with different types of profiles, you need to add those details. And other than that, if you are using any, what is that? If your microservice is a gateway API, that routing part also you need to add. One thing is very important. You should add application name and port number. Why? By default, every application runs in port number 8080. But now I cannot run all the microservices in the same port. So this means I need to configure the port number and I need to provide an application name. These two are important. Rest of the things are all optional. If you notice here, we have not added anything else. In the other microservice also, we will not add anything else. Suppose say I want to expose certain inbuilt REST endpoints. Meaning to say that, okay, I will tell you one thing. In Spring Boot, if I want to know what are all the beans or objects created by the IOC container, we have a method, okay, get the beans, like get application names or something. Get bean names. First program, like I would have shown that, get bean names. So I will know what are all the objects that is created by the container. Same thing here also, if you want to know That is, see, that is in the console. I want to see it in the browser. How to do that? So for that, we will expose certain REST endpoints. Those configuration details, you need to add it over here. Okay. Now, guys, I can see only few thumbs up. Shall I proceed?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
actually, I'm
Okay.
getting class not
Yeah,
found
1 minute.
exception.
Oh, so one by one, like you can share your screen. I will check it out. I think
ma'am, what did you say? Run as run configuration?
right click, run a Spring Boot app. Select your project, right click, run a Spring Boot app.
The YML file or the YML file?
No. So you select your main class.
Okay.
Select your main class, right click, run as Spring Boot app. Okay. If someone wants to share your screen, you can share your screen. I can check your error.
Yeah, I'm just sharing. I think
I'm just wait still.
something I missed it.
Wait. Actually, still I'm not able to see your screen. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Could not find or.
Class not found exception I'm getting. I'm suspecting that I missed something in package name or something. I have given something
No,
wrong.
these are all fine. Application.yaml is okay. Eureka, these are all good. This is all good to go only. Main class, okay. Class not found exception. Okay, it is because of your Java version. So select your JRE system library. Right click.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
You need to change it to 21. Select
Got
it.
it.
Right click. Yeah, see release 91. See the description
Sure,
in the
got it.
bottom. No. You need to select 21. You have 21?
21. Yeah, I have 21, but here I need to add, I think. I have not added.
Yeah,
1
go to
minute.
JRE home. I'll just guide you. Go to JRE home. Directory, click directory. No, what you do is click add. Click add, please. Add. Install JREs. Click on install JREs. Click add. Next, click next. Okay, JRE home directory. Go to the select Java 21.
Yeah.
I'm not able to see. Give the JRE name as simply JDK 21. The second line, just give it as JRE name, no, JDK 21. And click finish. Select JDK 21 now. Select JDK 21. Uncheck JRE and select JDK 21.
Yeah, I have did it.
In the
I have did
checkbox.
it, yeah.
In the
Thank you.
checkbox. Okay, now try running it. You should get it. What about others? Anybody having problem issue? Others, you all completed. Shall we proceed to creating the microservice? Yes? Yeah, I think it's good to go. Now let us create our first.
Ma'am, I quickly want to share the screen.
Yeah, please. Yeah, please. Guys, just a second, please. Just 1 second.
I think spelling mistake, local host. Yes, that's right.
Oh, in the browser.
Yeah, in the browser. Yeah,
Oh.
CS it is there above, right? CSCA, right? Local.
Localhost :8761 : 8761.
Yeah.
That's it.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. Actually, you have done something earlier. You have added some register.
Oh, last night I was doing something before from your class before.
Okay, okay. So that's why it's showing that greet. Oh, you have from the webinar you have selected and you have done it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's good. Great. Okay, okay, okay. Good. Okay. Now,
Okay, so I
guys,
can close the.
yes, yes. I'll share it. Now let us create the first microservice. We will do a proper application, not the greet one. We will do a proper application. So go to, I'll tell the structure here. That will be easier. So that many people, you are all from Java background. So even if I don't have to even wait for me, I'll tell you the steps. First is, we will create a microservice. This is a catalog service. Meaning to say, this is a service which is going to connect to the database, get the data from the backend. In our case, we are not going to use a database. We will be working with a static set of values. So now the microservice name, let me have it as product-catalog-service. Okay, product app -catalog-service. Next is, you need to annotate your main class with @enable discovery client. What is the purpose of this annotation? This is not for registering. For registering, you need to add the details in configuration file, like whatever we have added, Eureka client.service URL. Then what is the purpose of this annotation? Only if you add this annotation, this will be visible for all the other services. If I want myself to be known, I have to do something, right? Same way, you need to add this. This makes this microservice to be visible to other services. Second one. The third one is, now we are going to work with product. So how actually it is going to be? It's going to be a layered architecture. And of course, you have application.yaml. Now, let me just talk about the architecture. So here, the package name is com.product-catalog.model. In the model package, we will create product class. What are the product properties? Product name, product ID, then brand, price, category. Okay, so this is for the model package. So then next is, you will have the service package. In service package, we will create product catalog service. Guys, remember, if you are connecting with the database, you need to have two classes. One is a class which is annotated with that entity. The other one is a class which is going to get the data from entity and send it to the client. People who have followed my 15 days of Spring Boot mastery might be knowing it. We created product DTO class. When I'm sending the data from the client, I will take the data using DTO. Then when I'm sending it to the backend, I'll convert it into an entity and send it to the backend. When the data is coming from the backend, it will come as entity objects. I'll convert it back into a DTO and I need to send it to the client. So these things you need to remember. Now I have got product catalog service. We will add few methods. Let us not make it huge. We will have just 3 methods. One is get all the products. One is get by category. The other one is get by ID. 3 methods. Now, how to, I need to implement it using product catalog service implementation. The next one is, we need solid set of data. So for that, let us have a utility package, util package. In this, we will create a class as product details, which is going to return a static set of products. Like return a method that returns a static set of products, list of products. What is missing? I mean my controller class. So the last one is controller. Yeah, I'll do this only. Controller, where you will be creating the REST endpoints. So what is the flow? You are going to call it. What is the flow? A client sends a request for calling the controller. Connect to the controller. Controller connects to service, means service IMPL. From IMPL, you connect to util package. Now, this is a end service. This fellow is not going to communicate with any other services. Whoever is asking for data is supposed to provide data. That's all. So in the util package, I'm having a method. From there, it will come back to the controller. Controller has to return the resource. That is what we are going to do now. Okay, let us get started. If you want, you can take a screenshot or a photograph. People who are comfortable working with this, you can start working. But if you are doing together with me, that is also fine. First, let us create a Spring Starter project. File, new Spring Starter project. Product app hyphen catalog hyphen service. Catalog hyphen service. Type is Maven. Packaging is Jar. Java version is 21. Language is Java. This time let us have the group ideas. Com dot product catalog dot DAST. See, the purpose of DAST is like it's kind of a distributed folder. Let us have the package name here as product catalog. Be very careful. This should be jar, and the naming and convention also check it out. Click next. Spring Boot version is 3.4.2. Now here we need discovery client. So just type Eureka. I forgot to add the dependencies. I forgot to tell about the dependencies. We need 3 dependencies. One is discovery client. Next one is web. You all know what is the purpose of web. Only if Spring Web is there, you will get embedded Tomcat server, and your REST controller can expose the REST endpoints. Then the third dependency that we need is Lombok. Though it is not mandatory, you can add it. The purpose of Lombok is to avoid the boilerplate code. Select Lombok, click finish. So Lombok, discovery client, Spring Web, click finish. Okay, back. Here. Product app hyphen catalog hyphen service, and packaging is jar. And click next. 3 dependencies: Lombok, discovery client, web. These are the 3 mandatory dependencies. Other than that, you can add actuator, database specific configuration. If you are working with cloud specific configuration. If you are using Resilience 4J, all that you can add it later on. Click finish. Okay, now the application is created. Open the catalog service. Okay, select your package, right click, new class. Let us give the class name as product. Remember to give proper package naming structure also. com.productcatalog.model. And class name is only product, not a catalog, just product. Now let us add few instance variables. Product name, product ID, price, brand and category. Private string, product name. Then product ID, brand, category, price. Excuse me. So second one is, guys, remember to have always the product ID, which is a unique one, as integer data type. Product ID. Then next one is string brand category. If you are really doing an application, category and all will not be single. It will be a list of category. Last one is price. And you need to add Lombok specific annotations. This alone I will share. Just sharing the instance variables alone. Now above that, add the annotations at no args constructor, at all args constructor, and at Lombok. Sorry, at data. Three annotations. Next, I'll proceed. Next, select any of the package you want, right click, new, interface. Interface, if you have selected it as a class also, not an issue at all. After the class is created, you can go and modify it. Now, the package name should be com.productcatalog.service. Give the interface name as product. I means why, like long ago, actually so long ago, 2012 or somewhere, like when we were doing the training, this guy, he said like, in our company, just to represent interfaces, we use I. So from that on, I started using I. But when Java was created, they had a very nice way of the naming conventions. It's like a strict military officer, wherein the interface name should be adjectives, runnable, comparable, like that. Likewise only they created. But going forward, all these young chaps, they are coming with names which are unique. Consumer, supplier, by consumer. What I am doing with that name, I will have it likewise. So let us create it as I product catalog service. I product catalog service. Now here, let us add few methods. List of product get all. Then get by category. Then get by ID. Get by category should have string as parameter, string category. Next one is get by ID. Should have ID as parameter, I mean product ID. See here, you don't have to give integer, it's just a local variable, parameter only, you can give it as int. The return type is one single product, import it. I'm just sharing those methods. Just the methods alone you can copy, the implementation you need to do it together with me. Now, those who completed, create the implementation class, add at service annotation, and click on add unimplemented methods. So select your package, right click, new class. Product catalog service IMPL. It's also inside service package. Click finish. Now here, you can add the code directly. Implements I product catalog service. And this class should be annotated with at service annotation. These are all pure Spring and Spring Boot only. Add unimplemented methods. Okay. Now we need to write the logic. For that we need data. So let us create another class. So we have completed, we didn't add this also. We have completed pom.xml. Then we have started adding model package. Then we have added service implementation, interface. Next is we need to create product details. So let us create it. It is giving me an error because I have not saved the interface. If you save all, then automatically the errors will be gone. Okay, now select your package.
I think we have missed the annotate in the main class. Discovery class.
Yeah, we will do that. We will do that. We will
Oh.
do that. Yeah. Okay, we will do it right away then. That service was not identifying because I didn't save it. So you need to save it. That's what I was saying. Now at enable discovery client. Enable discovery client. Okay. Next is, let us create the util package. Select your package, right click, new class. This is a normal class. So the package is com.productcatalog.util. The class name is product details. Product details. Click finish. Now, guys, actually here I am going to create a method which is going to return a list of books. I can have it a static method also, but because we are working with Spring, let us annotate this class with that component. Anyways, it is a singleton object only. Let us create a method. Because this is in a different package, have it as public list of product. This console is no. Product. Show products. Within which we need to return a list of products. Return arrays.asList. Arrays.asList can return a list of products. The return type of this method is a list. List of product. So now I need to pass product objects. Keep the cursor inside and enter. Now let us add few products. New product. We are having a parameterized constructor. So let me add it as mobile, comma, 1, comma, brand. Samsung, comma, category, electronics, comma. What is the last one? Price, comma, control C, control E. At least have some 6 products or so. Now we will rename it. We will change it. Laptop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last one. Electronics. Okay, I'll share this part of the code alone. Remember to annotate it with that component. Okay. So if you want to add your own values, that is also well and good. So once you have completed this, go back to product app catalog service. Sorry, in the implementation class. What is the first step? Auto wire product details. At auto wired product details. Either you can do this, or here let us try it in a different way. Private product details. Product details. Okay. And add a parameterized constructor. Go to source, generate constructor using fields. Now automatically auto wiring will happen. Now let us call the method. First one is get all. So it's simply product details dot get all. Sorry, show books, na? Show products. Okay. In this case, guys, now I need to get the products by category. So we are getting the list of products. We need to iterate it and do it. Either you can use a for loop, the legacy way, and do it, or you can use streams API. So first is I am getting product details dot show products. What is the return type? It's a list of product. You can do it in the same line or in multiple lines. I will do it step by step. List of products is equal to product details dot show products. Now what I need to do? Convert it into a stream. Convert to stream and then filter and then convert back to list. This is the logic that we need. Suppose if you want to sort it and if you want to limit it, all that you can do it. Okay. See, even in case of Spring Boot, it has an option. If you want to sort the data that is coming from the database itself, that also is possible. Like order by you are having now in MySQL. That you can do, achieve it. See, there are many stages. Either you can sort it using spring-data-jpa. Internally, it is calling order by. Or you can use streams API to sort it. Now return products.stream dot filter. The input to this filter method is a product. Now I need to compare product dot get category dot equals. Category is string, so you need to check for equals method only. Let us do it in multiple lines here. I'll post this a little bit. So it is products.stream.filter. After this, I need to convert it back into a list. So dot, either you can use collect method or use the latest one, do to list. Okay. Guys, one more change we will do here. I'm having a get by ID method. The get by ID method is supposed to return a product. If the product is not available, it will return null. You all know that. There are scenarios where developers will never do a null check. When they are trying to get the product name or brand or category, it will throw null pointer exception. To avoid that, okay, can anybody guess what can be the return type?
Optional.
Yeah, very good, excellent. So we can have it as optional. So in a product here, we will have it as optional. Optional of product. So I'll copy this. Import optional. Import optional. Now go back to product catalog service implementation. Have it as optional. Now the same logic. This time I will just directly copy this. Product details dot show products. Then dot filter. dot filter. Why it is not allowing me? Oh, dot stream. First is you need to convert it into a stream. Dot stream, dot filter. The input inside is product. I need to get the ID, dot get product ID, double equal to product ID, dot find first, which will return an optional. Yeah. This is not allowing me at all. Find first, which returns an optional. Should I share the code or you guys are typing it?
Do we have to check here like is present or not?
No, not here, in the controller. In the controller.
Okay.
Technically, you need to do it here only. Actually, now what we have got is we have got a service layer. Now from here, you are sending an optional. In the controller, if it is available, you return the product, or else it has to throw an exception. So how do you throw an exception that occurs in a controller? For that, explicitly you will be creating a class that is annotated with controller advice. That is how the flow is.
Okay.
Not in, if an exception occurs in the service also, you can handle it. But now, as of now, for this particular application, we are having the return type as optional. When you are working in the repository, they themselves, they have changed the return type to optional. So you capture it as optional. When you are giving it to the controller, let the controller do a check and send it to the front end. Okay.
Sure.
Now let us create the controller class. If I have to wait, I can wait. Let me know. Product catalog dot controllers. Okay. Now here we will create it as product catalog controller. Yeah, sure. I'll just type this and then I will go to the class. Controller. Now first is, let me go to, what is that you asked for? Product class. Guys, once you complete, don't think of any pain. Please try to put a thumbs up or so that like I will get to know how many of you are able to do it. I mean, you have completed it.
Can you please show product class?
Product class. Yeah, okay. Here. You have added Lombok, right?
Yes, I have added. Yeah.
Guys, if you have completed service implementation, please put a thumbs up.
Ma'am, will you share the what is this called? Recording?
Yeah. I will upload it and then I will share it. I mean, I need to upload and then I have to push it to, I mean, I think it is recorded in the cloud only.
But the recording not on the GitHub.
No, not. Oh, you want the code? Both will be provided, my dear. I'll push the code to the repository. Then also I will upload this code, this video to my portal, and from there you can access it. I'll give the details by night.
Thank you.
Okay. Have you completed till the implementation? Should I share the implementation?
No, madam, I'm lost some in the middle and then I'm only listening, watching.
Yeah, wait a minute. Like, have you completed product class?
No. From here when you started. What is this?
You want me to share the code or like what?
No, the recording.
Yeah, you're recording for sure. I will share it. Not an issue at all.
Yeah, then I will complete in my time.
Okay. Okay, guys, and now I will proceed. If any of you have missed the implementation part, I'm just copy pasting the code in the chat window. Till the end, I have copy pasted. You can replace it. Remember, if you are getting any error, first check whether you have saved all the files. Okay. Now we have created the controller. First, annotate it with @rest controller. Huma, you can do this. Wherever there are changes, later on you can modify it. You can create the controller class together.
Okay.
@rest controller. And now we need to add REST endpoints. We'll have a starting specific URL. You all know that, right? At request mapping. Request mapping. This is a catalog service. So let me have it a /catalog-service /v1 version 1. Now within this, we need to add two methods. Sorry, add methods, REST endpoints. From where can I get it? Go to the interface, whatever methods you're having, copy it. Come back and add it in the controller. Product catalog controller, where it is, man? Controller. Okay, now we will modify it one by one. First, let me do add curly braces. One small question, guys, have you learned about response entity? Any idea? I mean, how many people don't know about response entity? Can you send a message? Or how many of you know about response entity? Please message in the chat window. Okay. So now, okay, now as of now, let us not touch it. Once our complete application is ready, if it is possible, then we can add response entity. What is response entity? I have actually added a video in YouTube. You can go through it. That I added it years before. That was the most watched video also for me because it's an important topic. What is a response entity? Whenever I'm returning the data from the controller, you are returning it as a list of product or string or integer or void. But the client on the other side, what does he need? It is not only the data. He needs the headers. Whatever, see, I want to send some information. See, when you are sending some items to your friend, you keep all the items in a parcel. You also add a note, right? A friendly note saying that best wishes, happy birthday, something like that. That's like a header. So you need to give a header. You should have status code and you should have body part. That is the original content, which is also called as payload. All put together will be your response entity object. Okay, I hope you can understand. So this is a response entity. It is a combination of header, body part, and payload. So that only will be the return type. As of now, I'm not going to touch it because it's a very heavy topic. You need to understand it. There is a video in YouTube. Please go through that. And people, few of you have got my spring course. I have given an exclusive video on that, how to use response entity. Now, yes, now we will modify it with this only. First is, what is the first step? Auto wire. Private product service. Sorry, product catalog service. It is product catalog service. It is so big, it's okay, fine. Now, let us write the logic one by one. For the first method, return. Usually, if you are returning, you need to get the payload, create your own headers, add status code, whatever status code you want. All together, you will be sending it to the client. Because when the client is getting the data, he also needs the status code. What is the status? 200 success or 500 internal server error, whatever it is. And together with that, he also needs certain header details, whatever is coming from the client's server side. Return product catalog service, or we will have it a simple name because so big it is. Catalog service. Catalog service dot get all. Okay, let us add the mapping for this. at get mapping. Let us add the URL. It is slash catalog or product catalog. Product catalog slash get all. So I don't have to give anything. Usually the URL has to start with a noun. If your domain model is product, it should be products. If your domain model is book, it should be books. If your domain model is restaurant, it should be restaurants. There is a proper naming convention that has to be followed for any REST API. Okay, just like how you are having design patterns, this also naming convention has to be followed. So now here, as of now, it's a catalog. It's kind of a plural only. I have given it like this. Next method. Now I need to get the category. So we will have it as catalog slash category slash within curly braces category. Meaning to say that I'm going to get the value from the path variable. How the URL will be here? Assuming this is running in localhost 8081. 8081 slash, it should be like catalog service slash v1 slash product catalog. This is the URL for the first method. This is how it looks like. Similarly, for the second method, how the URL will be? Product catalog slash category. We are having the category as electronics and sports, right? So let me give it a slash sports. So this is how the URL will look like. It's a path variable. So now you need to add at path variable annotation. Okay. In my case, the name of the path variable and the parameter name are same. So this means you don't have to explicitly add within parenthesis. Earlier we used to add it within the parenthesis to match it. Okay. But now, latest edition, you don't need it. You can just simply give it. That's enough. Now, inside this, I can return catalog service dot get by category by passing the category. Now the third method. Third method, I should not have it as optional. I should have product. Now, as you told, this is the place where you are going to use the method of optional to retrieve the product. If it is not available, return null. Now let us copy the URL. Product catalog slash product ID slash product ID. And here we need to add at path variable annotation. The variable names are same, so I don't have to add explicitly within parenthesis. What I'm talking about here is usually we add this particular name inside the parenthesis, but now it is not required. Okay, now it is returning an optional. So let me get it in an optional only. You can do it in one single line, not an issue at all, because there are n number of methods of optional that is available. You can directly call get method. You can, but it is not a right approach. If the object is not available, it will throw no such element exception. So first get it in a variable and then call the methods of optional. So here it is optional of book. Sorry, product. I'm used to this book. In my course also I have started, that's why. Product app, product OPT equal to catalog service dot get by ID, na? Yeah, get by ID by passing product ID. Now you can use many methods are available. See, let me open it. Product op dot if present. This returns a value directly. If present or else. If the value is available, return the value, or else return something else. Is empty, is present. Okay, so you can, based on your choice, you can pick and choose, say many things. Or else, if the value is available, return the value, or else return a dummy product. Like this is also a good option. Why? Rather than giving null, I can use or else method. Okay. The return type is product, or else I'll use a default constructor. See here again I'm saying, you told no one method. Can I use product apt opt, Can I use product of dot is empty, is present? Of course, you can do this. And then you return the value, dot get method. Using dot get method, you can return a value. But if the ID is not available, what will happen is it will return null. So to avoid that, it's better that we will give a dummy product object. Okay. What about the URL? Localhost colon catalog service v1 product catalog space. Actually, you need to have product hyphen catalog. If I'm having the same names here and there, it will be confusing. So to avoid that, I'm just product ID. Product ID slash product ID slash 1. Here you are supposed to provide the value, right? This is the URL. You want me to share the code or you are typing it? Please be very careful with the typo. Yes?
Yeah, please share the code.
So I have shared the complete code. What part you want, you can just cut and paste it. Guys, if everybody has completed till this part, please put a thumbs up.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, what happened? Like, I just added the Lombok, but it's not recognized over there.
Is Lombok added to your Spring tool suite? Have you,
Yes.
it is added to Spring tool suite, right? What is the message you are getting?
I'm just one.
You want to share the screen? Check whether you have added Lombok in pom.xml. Those who have completed, please put a thumbs up. Others, you can start creating application.yaml file. This is the catalog service implementation class. Okay. Those who have completed, please go to resources, create the YAML file, give a name for your application as product catalog or product catalog service. Then add server.port number and Eureka client. Oh, catalog service class, not interface you want, type product catalog. If anyone is getting an error, I can just check your screen also. Let me know.
Hello,
Yeah,
ma'am.
please check
Ma'am, can I share
my
my
screen.
screen?
Yeah, one by one. Who wants to share your screen?
I'm getting only this error.
Okay. Catalog service. Yeah, one line you have missed actually. Line number
Auto-wired.
13, auto wired. Yeah.
Not auto-wired.
Okay, okay.
Below,
Next,
below the
no. Yeah, line number 14 at auto wired. Enter. iProduct service. iProduct catalog service. Control space. Space catalog service. No, space catalog. That's a variable. Catalog service. Yes, capital media. Yes, capital. Semicolon. Enter. Shift control O. Shift control O is for provide import.
Okay.
Okay, come to the last method, line number 33. Have the return type as simply product. Have the return type as line number 33. Line number 33, the return type is just product. Return type is just product. Optional of product you have given, na? Line number 33.
Yeah.
Remove that optional. Angle bracket also. Okay, or else new product. Save all first. Go to product class. Please open product class. All args constructor, no alls constructor. Okay, remove that constructor. Line number 14 to 17. Shift control O. Shift control O. It will remove the unnecessary imports. If there is any, has to be imported. Okay, save all. Go to product catalog service implementation. Yeah. Okay, dot stream dot get the product ID. Double equal to get category. Your Lombok is not working, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, go. No, actually, I'll just tell you. Suraj, you can also check it out. So what you need to do is go to open product class. Okay. Now go to window, show view, window, on the top window, show view, outline. Okay. See here, it is not showing getter setter methods. Those are having the same issue. You can try it out. You are not having getter setter methods. This means Lombok is not added to this workspace. I'll tell you how you can do it. Please follow along.
Okay.
Yeah. So select, go to Maven dependencies here on your left hand side. The project Maven dependencies. Select any file. I mean, Lombok will be there. You can go down to Lombok. Lombok. Right click. Select Lombok. Right click. Show in. Yours is older one. Okay. I want the path actually. Okay. RL select Lombok. Right click. Copy qualified name is there coming now. Just copy it. Let me check. Okay. Now go to your System Explorer. I mean, open your folder. Not here. Minimize this and open your folder.
This one.
You need to go to this path. C drive, users, del, .m2, repository likewise.
C drive.
C drive, but I'm not able to see your screen. I think you have shared only Spring Tool Suite together with us.
Okay, okay.
What about others? Venkat, Magesh, Suraj, you had some issue, right?
Yeah, I am also facing this same issue.
Yeah, ma'am.
Can I-
Actually, I'm also facing the same
Same
issue.
issue,
Yeah,
ma'am.
okay. Everybody, guys, actually, you can follow this. See on the top, please go to this location. C drive, users, your name. For him, it is Dell. Your system in which name you are recorded. Use Dell. .m2 will be there. Select .m2.
Yeah, we have reached. There are several Lombard files.
Yeah. Okay. Just open repository. org. Last one. Last but one. org project Lombok. Open it. Lombok. Okay. If you're having multiple, see the version what you're having, what you have added there. Open it. Open it. Open it. Double click. Open it. Here you are having the jar file. Second one. Double click on it. Second one. Double click on it. Okay. Now. No. Just double click on it. Don't right click. It's not allowing you to right click. Okay, select the first one, default app. Let me check. Double click on it. Now click OK. Okay. Now, guys, here you need to add the path where you have downloaded and installed Spring Tool Suite. Click specify location. No, not your workspace. Spring Tool Suite. Where you have installed Spring Tool Suite. That is assign. Okay. Here you are having Tool Suite. Yeah. Copy that path. The green one. Yeah. Click select. Click install update. Quit installer. Now restart your system.
Okay.
Not system, sorry. Restart your Eclipse. Spring Tool Suite.
Yeah. I know it.
Ma'am, can you please paste this product details class?
Sure.
I think it will work out. You can show now that application.yml.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, shall I start? Shall I proceed? Okay, guys, if you're still having an issue, what you can do is like,
Actually,
yeah.
Actually, every time you need to add this line.
No. This is the first time. This means your system, this means you have not added Lombok to Spring Tool Suite.
Yeah, actually, ma'am, before I have added this one, but as of now, I'm facing the same issue. Like,
no, actually, once it is enough that once you add it, it is not necessary that you need to do every time.
But I did some, I think,
maybe
1 week
when we
before, but
change
the same
the-
issue is happening.
When you are changing the workspace, sometimes only it will ask, but not all the time. I will tell you the reason. If you have added when you're adding Lombok, if the version changes, that will be an issue. Okay. So if you're having multiple versions of Lombok, then that will be an issue. But otherwise, it will not. See, now today, Spring Boot Mastery, only for that I opened this workshop. So that time my Lombok was new, so that time I have done it. Okay. Now, guys, quickly we'll move on to application.yaml. Please create the YAML file. Select your resources. Right click, new YAML. Sorry, new file. File name is application.yaml. Now, what are the things that you need to add? Server.port, application.name. That you can see. I will just tell you. It's always better to copy, paste, and modify. Do not type it away again and again. In application.properties, here also you are having a application name. Can you see that? Please remove it or delete your properties file. After removing it, you need to save it, or else this name only will be considered. Now, let me go to Eureka Service Registry. Easier way is, if you copy paste, what will happen? The indentation becomes an issue. So now I'm copying it, Control C. In this application.yaml, control V. When I paste, if it is pasting properly, well and good. If it is not, it is an issue. So whenever you are creating multiple microservices, copy paste the YAML file and then modify it. Don't type it, copy paste the YAML file and modify it. Okay. Now what is the name that we can give? Product-catalog. All caps.
Server port we should change.
Yeah. Very good. 8081. 8081. Product catalog. Product-catalog. Technically, this has to be product-catalog-service. If you feel the name is so big, like you can have it as product catalog. And register with the Eureka, fetch a registry, instance, hostname, everything, remove it. What about the URL? Technically, I am supposed to give it as localhost 8767. But we should not give hard-coded values. Rather, you take the name of your server. What is the name? Eureka-registry. Whatever name you have given, copy it and add it here. http://eureka-registry. That's it. Save it. Run this as a Spring Boot application.
There is no port required.
Port is 8081.
No, for default zone.
Not required. We are calling it with the application name. See, when in a microservice environment, like I am calling it only with the application name. You have given a name for your service registry, so you can give it like this. If you see in examples, they give it as localhost :8761. That is not the right practice. Why? If it is in your machine, it is localhost. Sometimes if the service registry is different, I have to go and identify the IP config. But rather, if the application is having a name, you can call it with a name. Save all, select your main class, run it. Maximize your console first. Check whether it is running. See here, it is product catalog. One by one, I will tell you. Just please listen. First is on your top right hand side, there is a small monitor kind of thing. Click on that downward arrow. You will see two services up and running. Okay. The second service is product catalog service, which is running in port number 8081. You should see that. The problem is this will be switching continuously. It is running in port number 8081. As I told you, there are few REST endpoints which are hidden from us. That it will show. Where it is here? Hidden from us. Actuator, somewhere actuator. And Eureka registry, if you open Eureka registry, it will say registered instance product catalog 8081. Okay, so this you should see. Product catalog service is this one. And we have not added any profile. So the default profile is -default. Application-default.yaml or simply application.yaml. And it is also using Spring Cloud Load Balancer. What is the purpose while doing? We will understand it. Okay, that's all I think. Yes. Fine. All set now. Both the applications are up and running. You open your boot dashboard and check. It should be up and running. Now go back to the browser. Refresh. Now you will get product catalog. This is the application name. You might be seeing the application name. Now, as usual, go here, click on this URL. You know what is the URL. I mean, already we have added the URL. You can just go and copy paste it. I'll minimize this. Minimize this also. Go to this controller. In the controller, we have given the URL, right? Localhost :8081. Just copy it and check. Enter. Now it has to return you the list of products that are available, and also by category. Sports. Category, I had two, na?
Server is throwing some warning, right? Eureka server is throwing some warning.
No, it should not throw. Let me check. Share your screen.
No, ma'am. In your screen, it's showing some warning.
Oh, this one. You are talking about that red one, right? This one. This one, right?
Able to see your screen.
Oh, sorry. I share. This one you are telling, na?
Exactly. Yeah.
This is actually not an error. This means the dashboard, what actually I'll tell you, you have got Eureka service registry. Now what happens is, there is a microservice, there is a service registry. The microservice should continuously send heartbeats to the server saying that, hey, I am available, update me. I am available, update me. Like that, the service to the service registry, it should send. Together with that, what it will do is, what this microservice will do is, it will, this Eureka registry doesn't have a backup. This fellow will go and get all the registered microservices which are available in Eureka registry and have it in a cache. Can you understand what I'm trying to tell? There is a microservice, there is a registry. Okay, you are the registry, I am a microservice. So every time I have to come and ping you saying that update me, update me. Now you don't have any backup. Someone is coming and registering to yourself means you don't have any backup. There are chances that your service will go down, your registry will go down. So what this microservice will do is, what I am doing is, I'm having a cache, a backup. When I'm registering, I will get all the registered microservices which are all available. Suppose I am going to some flea market is happening means they give flyers, right? I'll have the flyer, I will have it with myself. So that later on I will get to know what are all the items that are available. Similarly, as a microservice, when I'm registering, I will capture all the microservices that are available and I will have it in my cache registry. What is the advantage? Later on, I can connect to it even if the registry is down. Even if the registry is down, I will communicate to the other microservice. Is it correct? It is wrong. That is why it is saying Eureka may incorrectly claiming the instances are up, but they are not. Because through the cache, the data is coming from the cache. So you have to be very careful. That's it. So if you don't want this, there is one more property. Self-healing. Something is there. Like I forgot that. When I type, I will get it. So if you add that, this line will not come. Meaning to say that only if this instance is fresh, it will be shown here. If it is a stale instance, it will not be shown here.
Okay. I understood.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you should get catalog service. Why I am getting only one? I had two. Catalog service, category sports, then category / electronics also it has to give me. Electronics is coming properly. Then ID, catalog / product ID /1. Why sports is not coming? Product details, sports. Oh, I have given it a sport. Okay, that's fine. So guys, how many of you got it? Got the output? Please message me.
I'm facing one error in
Yeah, share your screen.
control.
How long you can? Another 10 minutes. Is it possible for you guys to wait or you want to leave? Okay, very good. Catalog service dot get by ID. Let me maximize the screen. My eyes are. Get by ID is giving you an error, right? Okay, go to that method. Return type is a problem. Yeah, go to the method optional of product get by ID you have given. Okay. Product. 1 minute. 1 minute. Can you maximize the screen? Wait. I will. You can that on the top. You're having the minute. No, not this. Sorry. 1 minute. Can you please increase the font size? Product get by ID path variable in product ID catalog service get by ID product. The first line number 41, the return type is optional of product. The return type 41, You have given
Okay.
product OP. That should be optional of product. Optional.
Okay.
Optional angle bracket product. OP. Okay. Capital. Optional.
Yeah.
Angle bracket product. Okay. Okay. Guys, is it okay that we can continue, or like, and then we need to create the next service, or we will do it tomorrow? You tell me.
Yeah, we will do it tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Okay. What is the error? Required a bean of type service. Open product. So catalog service.
Catalog service.
Yes. First one. Okay. Second one. Click the second one. Product service IMPL. Scroll up. At service annotation is missing. Line number 7 at service annotation. Okay. And in line number 23, return product details dot get all. Guys, before leaving, please let me know. I just want to know the feedback of the session. Hope it was clean and good.
Ma'am, are we getting credential today only? Recording and credentials.
Recordings I will actually I will try to upload right away. I'll have to download and I will try to upload. And by today night I will share it.
Yeah,
is that fine?
Yeah, it's fine, but we need to follow because I haven't done this project right now because I just want to watch the recording and I will do the.
Yeah, fine, no problem, no problem. I will finish it off then and I will share it right away.
Yeah, and for webinar there will be a credentials, right, to log in.
Yes. Actually, yeah, I will see. It is in my academy, in my portal. So in that portal, when you are trying to log in, it will ask you to do a procedure. All that I will share it with you.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
And I will upload this project also to GitHub so that like you guys can do it from there.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. And guys, those who are okay, few of you are like super fast, like you are doing it faster. For those who have completed together with me till now, I have done it with product. Think of a domain model. It can be restaurant, or it can be doctor, or it can be book. Think of that and try to do it. Means I want you guys to, I can understand it's a Saturday evening after Valentine's Day, whatever, but try to do it after 10, sit for 1 hour after 10 o'clock. Registry can be same. You can replicate it by using book or something. Pandurang, actually it is product details dot, line number 24, product details dot get all. Show products. Yeah, sorry, show products. Your method is show, enter. That's it. Yeah, very good. Scroll down. Rest of the things are all fine. Okay, guys, would like to know the feedback of the session. If it was good, like you can just message and leave. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, Pandurang, you run it. I'm just waiting for you.
Madam, one small question. Actually, in tomorrow's session, right? Can you brief about any Kafka related thing and Docker related thing? How it will be?
Actually, it depends on the time. Like we need to finish this off, right? Like the basic ones.
Okay.
Yeah. Product catalog controller, product catalog model. Okay, so it's saying an error because of service implementation only. Go back. Constructor product catalog service. Open catalog service implementation implements iProduct catalog. Go to product details, please. Annotate this class with that component.
Okay.
Import it. Shift Control O. Shift Control O. Yeah, that's it. Save. Now restart. Relaunch it. Yeah, sure. Huma, tomorrow I'll take it a little bit slow. But whatever we have done till now, you can just try doing it. If you are getting any error, you can WhatsApp me. Okay. Cannot execute any request on the server. I will tell you the reason. You go to your SRC main resources. Down, application.yaml. Product catalog service. Eureka, no underscore, hyphen, I think. Whatever you have given. Hyphen registry. Yes. Relaunch your application. Relaunch. On the top, go to the top. There is a square. Next one. Red button. That one. Okay, maximize console. We will see what is the error still. Cannot execute request on any server. Okay, what I think is like you have stopped Eureka service registry. Go to Eureka, open it, double click. Please open resources folder. No, actually, yeah, the problem is I will tell you, you have selected Gradle. Pandurang, you have selected Gradle, I think. Eureka -registry only. Yeah. No, go to the application.yaml of Eureka. First one. Scroll up. Please scroll up. Here you have got Gradle. Actually, Gradle, it is different little bit. YAML is there. No, see. 1, 2, 3, 4th line. From the top, 4th line. 1, 2, 3, 4. From the top, 4th line. Left hand side, package explorer from the top, 4th line. Application.yaml. Hello.
Yeah, your voice was not coming.
No, here there is an YAML file. I can see your YAML file. I can see your YAML file. Scroll up, move up. Wait a minute, there is a there is a YAML file.
Yeah.
Scroll, that one only.